Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're getting into something huge. Why is it so incredibly hard to stick with a fitness plan? We're going to go way beyond just getting motivated and look at how to build a fitness habit that's, well, architecturally sound, one that's truly designed to last. You know the drill, right? We've all been there. You kick off January with all this energy, a brand new gym membership, maybe some new gear, but a few weeks in, that roaring fire is kind of down to a flicker. It's a super common experience, but here's the thing. It is not a personal failure. Exactly. The problem isn't you. Lasting habits aren't built on these fleeting feelings of motivation that come and go. They're built like a solid building. You need a strong foundation, a really clear blueprint, and the right support systems. So today, think of us as your architects. Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll start by really understanding the consistency challenge. Then we'll get into building your mental foundation, drafting a smart blueprint for your goals, putting up a support system, and finally making sure you can weather any and all setbacks. First things first, let's talk about the biggest hurdle of them all, consistency. You see, the challenge isn't really starting, it's staying. And this has nothing to do with willpower. It's about creating a system that makes showing up the easy part, even on those days you're just not feeling it. So before we even dream about a workout plan or lifting a single weight, we have to pour the concrete. And when it comes to building habits, that concrete, well, that's your mindset. Your psychological approach is the foundation that everything else gets built on top of. And the absolute bedrock of your foundation is having a growth mindset. This is simply the belief that you can get better, that your abilities aren't fixed. So when you miss a workout, you don't think, I failed. You think, okay, that approach didn't work. How can I adjust? This one shift makes you so much more resilient. Now let's talk about the fuel for your engine. You've got two types. Extrinsic rewards, getting likes on social media or praise from others. That's like cheap, low-octane fuel. It'll get you started, but it burns out fast. Intrinsic motivation, though, that's the premium stuff. That's working out because it makes you feel good, energized, and healthy. That's the sustainable fuel you need for the long haul. All right, with that intrinsic motivation as our fuel and a growth mindset as our solid foundation, it is time to draft the blueprint. This is your actual plan of attack, your step-by-step guide, and it needs to be designed with some real thought and precision. And the best tool for this job, hands down, is the SMRT framework. So instead of a fuzzy goal like, I want to get in shape, you create something solid like, I will run a 5K in under 30 minutes by the end of June, and I'll do it by running 3 times a week. See the difference? One is a wish, the other is a plan. And this right here perfectly captures the spirit of it all. You don't build a skyscraper by trying to put the roof on first, right? You lay it brick by brick, celebrating those small wins, like running your first full mile without stopping. That's what builds the momentum you need to get to the very top. So think of these as the essential rooms in your new structure. You absolutely need variety to keep from getting bored. You need a schedule that actually fits your real life, not some fantasy life. And you have to design a room for rest. Seriously, recovery isn't lazy. It's the time when your body is actually doing the hard work of building itself stronger. No great building is ever built by just one person. You need scaffolding. That's your support system. It's what holds you up when things get wobbly. It keeps you aligned, and it makes sure you stay on track toward your goal. This could be as simple as one friend you text after every workout, or maybe it's a family member who goes on walks with you, or it could be an entire online community sharing their wins and struggles. This social connection is a game changer. It turns a solo mission into a shared journey, which is just so much more powerful. And as you can see here, that support system is about way more than just someone checking in on you. It's a massive source of motivation and encouragement for sure, but it also gives you a shared purpose and a place to swap tips and knowledge. It's basically a multi-tool for your success. Okay, last but definitely not least, every building has to be able to withstand the weather. Life is going to throw storms at you. A crazy week at work, getting sick, going on vacation. A well-designed habit isn't one that never faces a storm, it's one that's built to be storm-proof. This is where you put on your strategic architect hat. Just look at this. For every common barrier, there's a proactive strategy you can build in. So if lack of time is the big storm cloud on your horizon, your reinforcement is a quick, high-quality workout. If low motivation hits, your anchor is looking at a visual tracker of how far you've already come.
You anticipate the weather and build in the support ahead of time.
So when you boil it all down, it really comes to this. A plan that's too rigid will just snap under pressure. A truly strong structure is one that can flex. It's a combination of smart planning, the adaptability to roll with the punches, and the self-compassion to get back on track without beating yourself up. I get it. Building a lasting habit can feel like this huge, overwhelming project. But just remember, every single great structure in the world started with a single brick. So my question to you is, what's your first one? Is it a 5-minute walk? Is it sitting down to define just one SMART goal? Or maybe it's just texting a friend and asking them to be your workout buddy. Whatever it is, go lay that first